game 1, we see Jewel versus Mr. E. Spirit Pillar, classic music choice. And right off the bat, you see Jewel going with a jump thunder, trying to read some sort of a jump coming from Mr. E. Mr. E just like catching a lot of what Jewel's movement options are, catching his tech in place, catching the fact that he was just standing there with the side B. And right now he's just like piling up all of his damage onto Jewel. I love the fact that he opted for a pummel instead of just an outright forward throw. That was an amazing, amazing job. And right now, E's just keeping him off. Jewel has to find a way to get back onto the ledge. Mr. E's ledge trapping is so menacing because even though it might not kill you, it will rack up so much percent slowly and progressively, slowly chipping away at your percent until you'll get killed by like an F tilt or a forward or something like that. And right now, Jewel needs a, for whatever reason, not hitting into itself. Maybe Mr. E had to drift in a little bit more, opting to cover as many options as possible. Anyhow, Jewel finally able to reset neutral, but then once again, Mr. E reasserts corner pressure and the nair beating out the arc fire. You know what? I love that. That was so smart because I believe if Mr. E hit that, I think the Arc Thunder still would have come out, still would have been active, and just like prevented Mr. E from following up. Ooh. Okay, Jewel, I see you. He's going to do something a little bit saucy there. He
people need me.
It.
I will be gone.
You will be gone, Devin?
Jewel right now.
Oh goodness. He just disappeared into the blast zone. But yeah, Mr. E, like, starting to, like, really chip at it, getting more and more percent off, missing the tech chase. Maybe if he just held shield and was just a little touch more patient. And right now, this is not where Jewel wants to be. Ledge trap by Mr. E, but a great forwarder catching the shield drop. Well, not the shield, the drop shield. Resetting neutral effectively. And right now, Jewel needs to find a way to close out the stock. Jewel is landing aggressively on Mr. E's shield and getting punished for it quite a bit. Spacing these back airs, maybe trying to read some sort of a Russian, or he's just trying to quickly get rid of his Levin so that he can use it as a projectile as soon as possible. But the nail enough to take out the stock, and right now Mr. E has a 3-2-1 stock lead. Jewel needs to find a way to take this one out and then maybe get a, not a quick one, or not an easy one, but he needs to get a convincing edge guard with the arc fire. But until then, he needs an up air, he needs a forward air, he needs a back air, he needs something, but the forward air, there we go, just as foretold, enough to take it out. Forward air into forward air, already 28, 47%, 64 from the tech chase alone. Jewel's damage output is nuts. He's just so great at like catching your DI. He's so good at catching, you know, where you're going to chase, where you're going to tech rather. Right now, just continuing to further knock him off. The option coverage from Jewel is amazing, making sure he can't land on the platform, and just like that, amazing edge guard coming from Jewel, knocking off the stock so early. You see Mr. E starting to commit a little bit more, going through the down air, but missing it. Jewel timing his up B just right. Right now, you see, you know, Jewel needs to get something a little bit started, so you're going to see Jewel going for those thunders, just a little bit of chip damage, just like slowly building over and over. It, you know, really adds up. And the timing on Mr. E's spot dodge was immaculate because he timed it so perfectly that he wouldn't get hit with the arc fire, and he timed it so that he wouldn't be like getting hit with the grab. So great awareness and matchup experience coming from E. I love the up tilt, just knocking Jewel back up. Right now, Mr. E committing off stage, trying to catch Jewel's drift, but Jewel super patient, not desperate to get back to ledge, able to reset neutral really well. And the nair, surprisingly almost enough to take out the stock from center stage like that. And again, I cannot overemphasize the importance of Jewel. Wow, I can't believe that Nosferatu didn't connect, and I can't believe that F-tilt didn't kill. That was a really interesting interaction for sure. Well, regardless, Jewel running away from that despite coming back from a 3-1 stock disadvantage. Like, the fact that Jewel was able to close out that second stock so quickly and with so much momentum was amazing on his part. And that was definitely unexpected. His momentum is genuinely insane. You know, Mr. E could have definitely been taking the stocks a little bit earlier. I feel like maybe towards the end, even if it would have resulted in the loss of his own stock, he could have committed offstage really, really, really deep, maybe with a forward or a neutral or something along those lines. But yeah, anyhow, going into game 2, you're going to see them, you're going to see Jewel ban both Yoshis and Smashville. Clearly, he doesn't want a small stage. He doesn't want Missouri to be all up in his face. And now for game 2, they're opting to go for FD. Jewel already racking up a 24% with the multi-jab and missing the Thunder follow-up, but a nonetheless valiant effort. Great parry. Down tilt just choosing to keep him aside. Just like push him back a little bit. Ooh, that could have been really, really scary because he almost got the spike hitbox of his up B. That would have been definitely the stock there. Regardless, you see Jewel playing completely differently than on his first stock. Because, you know, on the first stock of the first game, you saw Jewel like kind of being knocked around, slapped around a little bit, and just like kept off stage. But right now, Jewel is the one controlling all the momentum. He's the one doing all the ledge trapping. And I love the SDI for Mr. E, just landing on the tip of the arc fire, but SDIing perfectly as to get out of it and not get hit by the final hit. Ooh, I think he might. No, goodness. Robin, most characters have way too much lag on the directional air dodge to recover properly like that. Anyhow, Jewel. Regardless, Jewel's once again, Jewel's like drifting back off stage super well, making sure that he's not going to get hit with an early back hit or anything along those lines by Mr. E. Great catch on the drop shield for Mr. E as well with the multi-jabs. The multi-jab does so much percent, at least 15% each time he lands it. And that up smash, so active, hitting Mr. E despite the animation already starting to go down, but the back air more than enough to take out the stock. Jewel has a pretty good lead right now. That was nuts. That was so nuts. Because the whole game, he was like conditioning him to spot dodge out of that. And then he just mixes that up with the down smash. That was, that gets a chef kiss for me. That was really good. I love that. Anyhow, right now, Jewel is being kept in the corner. A fantastic parry for Mr. E. Right now, it might not look like it, but Mr. E has the advantage. Mr. E is just keeping him aside, but Jewel comically throwing out 7 Thunders in a row, and Mr. E just not getting hit by them enough to be pushed back. Jewel needs to, questionable side B. I think he might have meant to B reverse or wave bounce one of his neutral Bs instead. But regardless, able to reset the neutral. Mr. E landing on his shield super safely, making sure that he won't get hit by any monkey business out of shield. And right now, this is definitely where you see like a lot of Mr. E's restraint come into play. And for that, he's going to lose the stock. Just as soon as I made a comment about the restraint. Regardless, Jewel, stock lead, 110%. Being a heavyweight, this is very, very tough for Lucina. Unless Mr. E gets like a back hill or a really, really good ledge guard right about now. Ooh, that was a really great upbeat. Wow, I think Jewel did not mean to DI that way because he definitely could have survived that. Regardless, 43%. And great like timing on punishing the air dodge. Okay, the fact that Jewel was able to angle each individual projectile of up B like that so perfectly as to make sure Mr. E wouldn't be able to drift into it and get hit and then be able to recover successfully. Jewel, you get a double chef kiss for me. Mwah. So, some positive notes here. Mr. E's ledge trapping this game was phenomenal, but he just had a lot of trouble closing out the stocks, and that's definitely mostly in credit to the fact that Jewel was mixing up his getups, Jewel was mixing up his recoveries, Jewel's mixing up his drift. He was, honestly, Jewel is phenomenal. There's so much to say about that. So, you know, definitely going to see Mr. E a little bit later. We might see a very powerful loser's run from him. This is definitely not the last we've seen of Mr. E. Right now, we are going to have Gen versus Utopia.